Amen Thompson and Tyler Herro throw fisticuffs. But who really won? Let's talk about it. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Summit State of Mind podcast. We've been out on holiday, but the boys are back. It's me, it's main event JP. I'm here with my boy, the Big Oos DJ.
What's up?
But before we start, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsor, J Bar M Barbecue, down in East Downtown. Make sure to check them out. Minutes from Toyota Center. Make sure to grab some happy hour beverages right before visiting Toyota Center to see your Houston Rockets, and make sure to visit them during brunch. Saturdays, $2 wells. Enjoy yourself. Have some fun. Go to J Bar M Barbecue.
J Bar M. We love you.
But we're here today, not in the happiest of moments. It hasn't been the greatest last couple games for your Houston Rockets, but Amen Thompson showed some fight yesterday. Amen Thompson and Tyler Herro unfortunately got into some fisticuffs, and Tyler Herro was not on the good side of that. He did have a good game, but my man looked like a punk bitch.
Damn.
Let's just be completely real. Let's just be completely real. DJ, I want to know, what did you think from your eyes? I know you watched the game.
Oh yeah.
How did you feel considering the moment, the intensity?
I was shocked. I knew a man was a crash out. His brother even confirmed, like, yeah, he's crazy. He used to bully me when I was a kid.
Asar?
Asar, yeah. Asar, man. He used to hurt me when I was a kid. Yeah. A man is a crash out.
Yeah.
I don't know what Tyler Herro said. Tyler Herro said he didn't say anything, but for a man to act like that, you must have said something. You must have said something. And then to throw him down like a rag doll, like that was funny.
Bro.
I know that was funny.
Tyler looked like he was shocked. Like he didn't know what to do with himself. My man was on the floor. Teammates from both sides came out.
Yeah.
And then Tyler Herro gets up. Amen Thompson's talking shit. You see Tyler Herro walking around.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want any piece of this.
Like he's walking and he goes towards him, but then he like backs up when he gets up.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, buddy, if you wanted to do something, you would have done it right there. But now he's acting all tough, and he has one of the assistant coaches trying to back him up or hold him back. Like, nah, buddy, you had your chance when he was right there. You could have got him right there, but no, Tyler Herro, you act like a little punk bitch, and you waited till one of the coaches come in and hold you back. So no. Tyler Herro, you had a good game last night.
We got to give it to him.
I'll give it to you. You had a good game last night, but
at
the end, you look like a punk bitch. So shout out to I wore the shirt today. I wore the shirt today for a reason. Shout out to Amen Thompson for that, man.
My man lost brownie points in the streets. Let's be real, man. The fact that he didn't show any aggression getting back up, most people, I feel like, if you were to get knocked down like that, let alone on not national TV, but in an NBA game, you want to show out and show up for yourself and for your team and let them know, like, yo, I got some fight too. But you can tell the difference between the way Amen's body language was as opposed to Tyler Herro. Yeah. Tyler Herro didn't want the noise, and we saw it. Even though the team itself took the L, the Rockets lost 104-100, unfortunately. We can talk about the fight all we want. But there's been a multitude of issues. The Rockets have lost the last two games, so we are currently on a 2-game losing streak. We choked a lead to Minnesota was it Friday night?
Friday.
We lost, 103-102?
Yes.
Anthony Edwards, God, I love that guy, but I hate that guy. It goes both ways. But, just to touch up on both losses, DJ, I got to ask you, man, how do you feel about the losses, considering, one, we choked a big lead? Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not going to say just one game. We actually did choke leads in both games. We did have substantial leads on both games. Obviously, against the Heat, the time was different. But for the Rockets, closing has become an issue currently.
Yeah.
From your eyes, I would like to know, what are your thoughts?
I hate to say it, but it's the backcourt. They're one of the reasons. The backcourt.
We'll touch on the backcourt later.
We'll touch on the backcourt later. But when your backcourt one game is actually no, both games are shooting like terrible from the field and from three.
Like under like 30%. Yeah, I feel like both guys.
It was bad. I think first game, Fred put up 3 bad threes, all bricks, and they all resulted in either Minnesota getting points or just just capitalizing off of it. And then yesterday, same thing. Jalen goes on a hot streak in third, disappears in the fourth. Fred, he does his thing but disappears in the fourth. And then we're looking at Sengun like, well, why can't he score? Well, when we can't, and it's not just the backcourt shooting, it's the whole team on the floor. Both games we shot under 35% from three. And then in that fourth quarter, like I said last night, when Sengun was getting triple teamed and he passes out, even though he had 4 assists in the fourth quarter, like most of those weren't threes. Most of them were like maybe dunks, layups, middies, So Sengun had 18 last night, but I think he should have had more.
He should have taken more attempts.
He should have taken more attempts.
I think he only took like 14 shots last night, which is not nearly enough for the way the offense has been running.
But Miami being, I guess, no, I didn't say Miami. Eric Spoelstra being the smart coach he is, he picks up on that and says, hey, let's just triple team it. They're not shooting good for 3. And they capitalized on it. When Nikola Jovic hit that 3, I said, the game is over. Nikola Jovic, man,
I remember during the draft, we talked about Jovic, and he was one of those wild cards that people was like, he could either be like an early second-round pick or he can get drafted in the lottery. And I think he was drafted literally at the end of the lottery by Miami. And he's definitely been more impressive. The team
he's been impressive.
Has been impressive in terms of what kind of the way they've been playing.
Yeah.
With Spoelstra as a coach, man, Eric Spoelstra, was he a coach of the year? I just know that he's done such a great job of coaching Miami ever since he's taken over.
Yeah.
And all I can say is all of his teams typically overperform and people play for him. Yeah. And you see a lot of the players that do end up leaving.
Yeah, him and Pat Riley keep that franchise like above the water. Because even like before Jimmy Butler and like after LeBron, like that stretch where they were just trying to figure out, okay, who's going to be that guy?
Yeah.
They could have easily been tanking, but Coach and Pat was like, nah, I can do something. And they've turned hidden gems into the players they are now. So, yeah, I'll give a big shout out to Eric Spoelstra.
Should we turn this into a Miami Heat podcast?
No. Fuck no. Fuck no. Fuck Tyler Herro.
No, man, for real. Like, those 2 games have just completely killed me in terms of just morale. I mean, we're still 21-11. We're 10 games above 500.
Yeah, and then even before, after the loss to the Thunder in the Cup, we're like 4-2 since then. So, I mean,
we were almost undefeated on that road trip. Was it a road trip?
Yeah.
So it felt like the team was catching a lot of momentum. Players were getting hot at the right time. But when it comes to the overall aspect of the team, execution has not been there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're depending on Dylan Brooks to have a huge game, Fred VanVleet to have a huge game, that is not a good recipe for success.
Yeah.
Amen Thompson has been performing. Unfortunately, the man's probably going to be suspended.
2 games.
2 games. Has it been announced already?
Yeah. Well, it hasn't been announced, but the league sources 2 games, and he's going to be So he'll miss the Mavs and Celtics game.
Okay, the Celtics is going to kill us considering
I think the team is. I had that as a schedule L already, so I won't really.
That's a fair statement. That's a fair statement. I mean, the Boston Celtics have not been killing everybody this year. They might have a little bit of the championship hangover, but the way that this team has played, the Rockets is who I'm referencing to. It just feels like that's definitely an L. The Mavericks without Luka, that's something that the team has to take advantage of.
I think they're going to be without Pete. No, I think it's Najee Marshall. Is still suspended from his fight. I think PJ might miss. Yeah, PJ might miss. I don't know.
No, PJ's back today.
Oh, he's back.
He's back tonight.
Okay, he's back.
I think he was only 1 game.
Well, I think they're just missing Luka.
It was like Najee Marshall and Yusuf Nurkic or something.
Yeah, Najee.
That was?
Yeah.
Man, fuck Nurkic, man.
Yeah, I fucking hate him.
I hate
too.
that guy.
Yeah, I hate him.
For real. Real.
Yeah, but Mavericks going to be missing 2 key players. I think we're going to be missing just a man. Hopefully Tari plays. Yeah.
But before we touch up on our preview, let's talk about J-Bar and Barbecue. Guys,
best barbecue.
J-Bar and Barbecue is the best barbecue.
Best.
Not just in Houston, but in Texas. See, there you go.
The
Shout out to
EST.
Bianca Belair. WWE Raw's in Houston tonight. We're recording this on Monday, December 30th. Shout out to them. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good night. But everybody, make sure to go visit J-Bar and Barbecue.
Thanks.
Visit them on Saturday or Sunday. Their brunch menu, divine, delightful. $2 wells and $5 margaritas all day, plus savory and sweet dishes, plus more barbecue. Shout out to the brisket lasagna. Love it. Wonderful dish.
Brisket lasagna?
Oh, yeah, baby.
Gosh.
It's good. But make sure to go visit them. Minutes from Toyota Center. Visit them before a Rocks game, after a Rocks game, if it's still open, depending on the time. But make sure to go visit. Is Paula's barbecue joint, our barbecue joint, H-Town's barbecue joint. Pull up, guys. But remember, we did talk about the backcourt just a moment ago.
Yeah.
Jalen Green, Fred VanVleet. Not been playing so well. Yeah. Not being very cohesive either. DJ, I would like to know your thoughts. I mean, you touched on it a little bit, but let's dig a little deeper. The way that this team has been playing, Fred VanVleet is a person that has an extreme confidence in his game. Jalen Green, up and down in terms of his confidence, understandably so. DJ, give the people your insight and why the struggles.
This team is very dependent on Şengün. If Şengün's not going,
then, too dependent.
Yeah, too dependent. Love him, but we can't be dependent on him.
My man needs help.
Yeah,
it's true.
He needs help. So that's why we need Jalen to be Jalen. We need him to be that hot scoring
the max
guy. Yes.
contract player that signed his
the guy we gave money to this past offseason, man. And he's not been really living up to that. He has his games like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he has games against like these bad teams like the Pelicans, Raptors. But where are the scoring performances against like the
good teams?
The good teams.
Yeah.
Minnesota, Timberwolves, the Warriors. Even in the season tournament, he hit those 2 clutch free throws, but he had a bad scoring performance. So that's why it's important for him to, have a good game.
Yeah.
And he hasn't. And that's why Şengün is getting triple teamed, double teamed. Everybody's packing the paint because they know, okay, Şengün drives, he's just going to kick it out, and they're just going to play ISO ball. And that too, we're too ISO dependent as well.
James Harden's on the court. This ain't a heliocentric offense.
Yeah, like, even last night, we had a stretch where we couldn't score at all, and I blame him for this too. Ime didn't call timeout. He was just letting it happen.
I saw your tweet about that last night.
Yeah, even like against the Timberwolves, we went through a scoring stretch where we could just score, and Minnesota just kept putting the ball in the hoop. He didn't call timeout. And that last possession for us against Minnesota, I was wondering where we had like one timeout left. Why didn't he call it? So the reason why we're losing leads is because, well, number one, we don't know how to hold a big lead against a good team yet.
It's true.
Even like in the beginning of the season, we were up. I remember we were up big against the Mavericks, and we almost lost the lead, but Jalen came through. But yeah, against these good teams and we say we're a playoff team, we think we're a playoff team. Well, playoff teams don't do this all the time. Okay?
Yeah,
playoff teams don't blow leads like almost every game. Playoff teams hold the lead and find ways to win. We haven't done that, and it's like I said, too dependent on Şengün. Love Şengün, but we can't do that all the time. Yeah, that's why we need Jalen to have good games. That's why we need Fred to have good shooting games. And I'm not looking at just them. It's also Jabari has kind of struggled. These past
after
games,
he performed very well the last few games, he hasn't performed.
He hasn't performed. Yeah, Dylan has missed. Dylan, and also Dylan's presence versus Timberwolves was missed. Julius Randle, buddy, that is a football player cosplaying as a basketball player. Oh my goodness, the amount of times he was trucking his way into the paint to try and score, and the Timberwolves fans have the audacity to complain about Şengün bitching Rudy Gobert on one time. Do y'all know who's on the floor for y'all? Julius Randle, the man who likes to what, man? But no, we're all seriousness. Yeah, Dylan Brooks' presence has been missed. Tari Eason's presence has been missed because, Tari Eason is that energy guy, that defensive machine off the bench that we haven't had him. Hopefully he can come back against the Mavs or, heck, the Celtics, whenever he can come back.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think 3 reasons why we've been looking bad. We looked bad and lost these 2 games is because we're too codependent on Sengun, backcourt inefficient and shot tucking, and number 3, Minnesota game, Dylan and Tari presence has been really missed. And number 4, coaching. Ime.
That's a fair statement, man.
Ime, man, we need better coaching decisions from you as well.
Yes. Yeah. No, I agree. I think that we can't allow Ime to get away with certain things. I understand that the offense has not been as creative as we would want to see. I mean, you've seen pundits say that the Rockets are an exciting team to watch, but the offense is horrible to watch, which is bad, But at the same time, we have to understand what our expectations are. Yeah. He's a defensive coach. Offense is definitely not his game. He doesn't give a shit about it, right? I mean, not saying that he don't care, but that's just not his forte. We need an offensive coordinator. Just like how Jeff Bzdelik was the defensive coordinator for D'Antoni, we need someone that can complement Ime Udoka's mind when it comes to defense, right? But I do know what you're saying in terms of the complaints with his timeouts calling, because I understand that. But at the same time, I will say this. I believe that he's trying to maybe dig into the Phil Jackson coaching tree, the Greg Popovich coaching tree, where it's like, let the guys try to learn and let them win or lose the game, because later in the season, there will probably be a time in which they don't have timeouts, and they do have an opportunity to potentially win the game, and maybe they'll have better execution because they remember the last time. I don't know if that's what his mindset is, but I can see that if that's one of the reasons. I mean, we've seen it with Phil Jackson when he coached the Bulls. I don't know if you guys are old enough to have watched those games in the 90s, but he would routinely not call timeouts when the Bulls would struggle because he'd let them play out of their funk. But obviously he would call timeouts depending on energy and how the defense was. I mean, I'm not saying he did it for everything, but Ime is probably analyzing it based on like, I'm gonna let them play through this because maybe these guys are just not, their mental ain't right. Yeah. So let them set it. Let them get there. I can't save them, essentially is what he's thinking. It's okay. It's going to build mental toughness. But I do agree with you in the fact that we definitely should have called a timeout against Minnesota. Even though he did say that, I like the matchups. No excuse, bro. Call a timeout. Man, let's make a set. Let's make something happen. Wasn't Jayshawn Tate on the floor for that final possession too? I don't remember who against Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, Minnesota, yeah.
Okay, see, that's the issue there already. Jayshawn Tate is a good player, but he shouldn't be on the final offensive possession.
I think their final closing line was Fred, Amen, Tate, Sengun, and Jabari.
So Jabari was our only competent shooter on the floor.
Yeah.
And then Fred was just like, oh, you know what? I'm a shooter because I'm a shooter.
You can't
Bro,
have
you are not.
You cannot have 2 non-shooters on the floor for Sengun, man. It cannot work like that.
It's just not how it should be. I mean, we've seen Sengun close games now, and he's definitely gone to another level in terms of his closing.
Yeah.
But overall, I agree, especially with the struggles of Fred and Jalen. Jalen's expectations are there, and I do believe that he has it in there. I know that a lot of people have jumped off the wagon. Even though you say he plays well against bad teams, at least he does. Because at the end of the day, as a good team, we're supposed to beat these bad teams, and we win. Good teams beat bad teams. They stay competitive against other good teams. And unfortunately, the team has stayed competitive, but Jalen hasn't been able to get over the hump against the better teams. That's an issue in terms of performance for him. And the fan base definitely has some issues with it, and I understand. Fred, we've had issues with it all year. And I've spoken about it in length about his shooting, his decisions, shot chucking. That's an issue that has gotten worse, I felt like, as the season has progressed.
I think he has not performed even this year and last year. Last year he was so much better than this year. I don't know what has happened, but he has been not up to his standard.
No, I agree. I mean, he's only 31 years old.
31,
He's on the wrong side of 30. I get it, but at the same time, his fall has been documented, and it's bad. But he's had really good games to keep us on the on the ledge, just like Jalen. I mean, I'm not saying that Fred and Jalen are the same, but they've had performances in which you keep people believing in them. And I do like that Fred takes care of the ball, but sometimes I do want more variation. I want more energy. I want more pace. And that's something we have clamored for all year. With him off the court, the team just runs, and we love to see it, and we have the athleticism for it. And I understand why Ime loves Fred, because he controls, he's slow, and he's a lot more methodical, which seems like in the mindset of Ime.
You can't do that with the team. We're too young. We're too fast. Even when Fred is off the floor and you have a man running guard duties or Jalen or whoever, right? We're much faster, fast-paced team. And with Fred, he has to pick it up. He has to pick it up. And I understand it's probably age or whatever, but he has to pick it up, man.
No, I agree. But you know what, DJ?
So
we got to move forward.
We
got a game on January 1st against the Dallas Mavericks, who are without Luka Doncic. So let's get to it.
Let's get it.
This is the Texas Trinity 3 keys to the game, brought to you by J-Bar and Barbecue. But DJ, since there's the two of us here, we will each give 3 keys. So DJ, you go first. Tell me, what are your 3 keys to winning on January the 1st against the Dallas Mavericks?
All right. Well, obviously, first and foremost, shooting. Hey, buddy. Can't stress that enough. Even
buckets.
Last 2 games, we shot under 35% from 3, while the opposing team is shooting over 40%, or 35. It don't matter. We need to be a better shooting team. We're going to be without Amen this game. So this is where number 2 comes in. Lock in on defense.
Yep.
They will be without Luka.
Yes,
but they're still a good offensive team.
Yep.
Kyrie can go.
Kyrie will still be the best player on the floor.
Kyrie will still be the best player on the floor. If we can only hope to contain Kyrie. And finally, number 3, keep the composure.
That's fair. Yeah.
Even though I enjoyed the fight, I enjoyed Amen Thompson literally bitching Tyler Herro and throwing his ass to the floor. We still have to keep composure because, again, Amen Thompson is going to be out for 2 games.
Yeah.
He's going to be out against the Celtics too. So keep your composure. I'm pretty. This is a Texas battle of Texas.
We take pride in that.
Yeah, we take pride in that. You know what I'm saying? It's Houston versus everybody. Again, keep your composure. I think that's it. Make your threes. Lock in on defense.
And keep composure. I like that. For me, the first one is going to go the same way as DJ. Make buckets. We got to make buckets. That's where it's going to start. We have great defense, and we stay locked in. But on the offensive end, guys, we got to put the ball in the hole, man. That's where it's supposed to go. And if we can get the ball in the hole, typically we win, naturally. I mean, that's the same for everybody. But our defense is definitely something that keeps us in the games. But it's the offense that kind of drags it down. And hopefully the offense can have a recovery game, and that's what this is for. Number 2, get back to the basics. Let's run it with Fred, Jalen, LP. We understand that our stars need to produce. And I think that LP, as our best player currently, needs to get more opportunities. Jalen going 6 for 18 or 6 for 20. Fred going 6 for 18 or 6 for 20, whichever. I don't remember who got what. But it's inexcusable. LP is only getting 14 shots. He's got to take more. We need to find more ways to set him up on the offensive end. And I think that if we're able to take advantage of that and utilize that, I mean, granted, is Gafford and Lively healthy? Are they playing?
Gafford is Lively is day to day, but I'm pretty sure he'll play.
Okay. I feel like, even though those guys are out there, Lively's a good defender, but Gafford, he's not known for that. LP, take advantage of your times on the floor. When you got the matchup, utilize it. And number 3, I'm going to keep it like this. Like I said last time, shake it off, boys. We're 0 for 2 in the last 2 games. Recover. Get that dub. Keep your composure.
We won't even say
Same
that.
as DJ.
We're 4-2 since the loss in the cup man. I don't even want to use the 0-2. We're 4-2 in the last 6 games since we lost in the cup tournament.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. My man's keeping the positivity.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We just gotta shake it off. We're on a losing streak, but we won't be on a losing streak for long. This team is too good for it.
Yeah.
And I'll also say one more thing. Tari, I hope you come back. I know that he was day to day yesterday, or was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday.
I think it was game time decision.
Yeah,
yesterday.
he was. That's what Vanessa said. Shout out to Vanessa Richardson. I know that she's been getting a lot of flack on the internet, on
it's
Twitter.
Just one person. He look.
Well, what that guy, he's giving her a lot of flack, which is obnoxious.
Shout out to you. Shout out to Vanessa. Don't listen to that idiot.
Yeah, for real. Friend of the program, Vanessa Richardson. You're doing a great job. You are killing the game like you always do.
Yeah.
But again, thank you guys for catching us today. We might not be the most excited. We have definitely lost a couple games, but we're still there.
Yeah.
We're 21-11. We're very happy.
Yeah, third in the conference. I wouldn't have it either way, man.
There you go. I mean, we're hitting up another hitch in the schedule. We got tough teams, but I think this team is built for it. We're learning, we're growing, and I think that we will be battle tested going into the playoffs. This team is ready. I'll tell you that right now. But anyways, let's go home here, DJ. DJ, tell the people where to find you.
You can find me on X. Oh, shit, did I say X? Twitter. Find me on Twitter at Hustletown Season. Instagram, y'all can find that on your own. I'm trying to hide that from y'all, but
don't worry about it.
It is what it is.
If you don't want to be found, you don't need to be found. Don't find them. Don't look for them. You don't want to be seen.
I don't want to be
just
seen.
Just go to Twitter. It's all good.
Just go to Twitter. I'm more entertaining on Twitter, man.
There you go. But everyone, before I say anything else, make sure to super kick that subscribe button. See, there you go. See, we got you guys. Make sure to go onto YouTube at Apollo HOU. Make sure to subscribe, comment, like all of our clips. We're here to look pretty for y'all, not so much me, more so DJ.
He's lying.
But make sure to subscribe. We're at what, 13.1K right now? Yeah, I don't know if 13.1 or 13.2, but we surpassed the 13,000 mark. So now the next goal, let's get to 14K, guys. How about you guys help us get there? Subscribe, like, comment, say whatever you want. It's all good. Show us some love. Tell us what you don't like. It's totally fine. I'm cool with it. Constructive criticism is good for the soul. But anyways, make sure to follow me on socials at JP_Mirabueno. Make sure to follow the podcast on Twitter at Summit, SOMPOD. Make sure to follow the podcast on Instagram at Summit State of Mind _POD. And make sure to follow our people, our brothers, our family over at Apollo HOU and all socials. And before we go, let's give a quick announcement. We will be hosting another watch party at J Bar and Barbecue.
Another one.
There you go. And another one on January the 11th against the Atlanta Hawks. Start time will be at 2 p.m. So make sure to show up, show out. We got brunch specials going on. We got drink specials going on. And we also got the outdoor patio, guys. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have some fun. And maybe this time the Houston Rockets will pull out a W, because the Lord knows the Rockets have not won a watch party for us in I don't know how many years. It's been a very long time. Damn. So maybe we get this dub this time. Just show up, show out. Thank you again, guys. We'll see you again soon. DJ, give him the word.
Yeet.
Yeet.